guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to go ahead and test out one of my new eyeshadow palettes that I just purchased in my last little Sephora and Planet Beauty haul. And the palette that I want to play around in today is this Muse palette. And this is a palette from the Makeup Shack. So I'm not that familiar with this brand. I did kind of check out their website and look at some of the stuff that they have. But when I saw this eyeshadow palette at Planet Beauty, I just had to have it. I was like, oh, that is so pretty. So let me just show you guys what this palette looks like. Try not to let the light wash it out too much. But it's a very nice kind of warm, inviting palette, and I really like the colors that are in here. So this is what this palette looks like. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do today. I want to try and make a bold look, so I'm gonna try and be as bold as I can with this palette. So I've already put some eyebrows on. I'm feeling a little good about my eyebrows today, y'all. Okay, I cheated a little bit. I have had this Wet n Wild eyebrow kit for like a year now, and I was like, you know, let me bust that thing out and see what's in there. And it actually has stencils in that kit. So I was just playing around with it, you know, and kind of trying to figure out how to place it on my eyebrows and stuff. And lo and behold, it actually made it a little bit easier for me to just kind of use my eyebrow gel and throw on some eyebrows. So yeah, I cheated with my eyebrows a little bit today, you guys, but hey, anything to save me time and energy. So I'm gonna go ahead and use some of my LA Girl Pro Conceal and prep my eyelids and add a little bit of HD powder, my e.l.f. translucent HD powder on top of the concealer just to set my eyelids, and I will come right back so we can get started with this eyeshadow. Okay, you guys, so I went ahead and prepped my eyelids, and I used my LA Girl Pro Conceal, and the color that I used today I believe is light beige. I went ahead and used a lighter shade just so I can make sure the colors pop. So yeah, this is actually creamy beige, and I set it with the powder. So I'm gonna go ahead and use some tape just so I can get a precise line. Okay, so now let's go ahead and dig into this palette. This palette is very nice. Like I said, it has a mirror in here, and each of the shadows do have names listed here on the palette. So if you have this palette, or if you get this palette, then you'll know exactly which shades I'm going to use. I think I'm gonna start off, I'm gonna start off actually with this color Ari, A-R-I, this one here, and I'm going to use that on the upper portion of my eyelid. So I really like that shade. It's very nice. As you can see, it's very close to my skin tone, just a little lighter than my skin tone. So it actually makes for a perfect transition shade for me. Okay, so next I want to start going into these colors already. So I want to go into this shade Flame, which is the really pretty like yellow tone gold, and that is actually a shimmer shadow. So we're gonna see what happens when I use that on the upper portion of my eyelid. And I'm having to use a lot of my second favorite brushes today because I washed my brushes late today and they're not dry. So, and I don't like to use wet brushes. I like to use my brushes dry. So I'm using my secondary brushes right now. I really like trying different things with eyeshadow, like, you know how it's a total faux pas to use shimmer shades in your crease and, you know, things like that. I'll try it out. Mix up the eyeshadows and just kind of see what happens because I love color. So we about to really throw some color on these eyes today, you guys. So now I want to go into this shade Eve here, which is a really, really pretty orangey, kind of like a brick orangey type shade, or a reddish orangey type shade. So I'm going to go ahead and use that in my upper crease area. The pigment on this palette is amazing. I mean, I'm just going in with 1 or 2 little taps and this orange is popping. Now I'm just going to go back in with the same brush that has that gold residue on there and just kind of blend out the upper portion a little bit. Now I'm going to go ahead and take that same LA Girl Pro Conceal in the color Creamy Beige, and I'm going to go ahead and cut my crease. Okay, so now I'm going to go back into that gold shade Flame, and I'm going to place that in the inner portion of my cut crease. And I think I'm going to wet my brush today, so I'm going to use a little bit of my rose water. Okay, so now I'm going to go into this really, really pretty green shade called Goddess, this shade here, and I'm going to wet my brush and place that on the center portion of my cut crease. This might be a mistake, but I want to try out this green shade, so we gonna try it out. Okay, so now that I have that green and gold blended together on my cut crease, I want to kind of deepen up the outer portion of my uppercut crease a little bit. So I'm going to go into this shade Luna, which is this darker brown shade here, and I just want to deepen the upper portion up just a little bit, so hopefully I don't mess it up too much. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and remove my tape and move on to some black eyeliner. So I'm just going to use my Wet n Wild black liquid eyeliner. Now I'm just going to add a little bit of my Tarteist mascara, and I'll move on to my face. So to moisturize today, I'm going to use this Bobbi Brown Extra Illuminating Moisture Balm, and I got this in one of my little sample boxes, or one of my monthly subscription boxes as a sample. So I'm going to go ahead and use some of this. This stuff is definitely illuminizing because my face is like seriously glowing right now. I don't know how I feel about that. I do not know how I feel about that. Okay, and I'm also going to use another sample. I'm going to use my Smashbox Primerizer. This is a very, very tiny baby sample, so I'm assuming that I got this in my Play by Sephora box because they definitely send baby samples. So this is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer, and this stuff is very moisturizing, but I tell you, this combined with that Bobbi Brown has really got my face shining and glowing. Oh, I'm trying a new foundation today, so we're gonna see what happens. So I'm going to do just a little bit of color correcting around my mouth and under my eyes before I try this foundation, because I don't know how much coverage it is. The foundation I'm using today is going to be this Rimmel London Stay Matte foundation, so I don't even know if that's a color match for me. I got the color Deep Mocha, and this is what it looks like. Okay, so since this foundation is kind of thick, I'm just going to squeeze some out on the back of my hand. And this is what it looks like. I don't know if that's way too much, but this foundation is super duper thick, so that probably is way too much. Y'all know I'm a full coverage girl, so let's just go for it. Okay, so first impression, I must say I actually really like this foundation. It's very, very thick. The coverage is really full coverage and it does look to be matte. So I'm gonna go ahead and move on to my concealer. I'm going to use my Colourpop concealer. Now I'm going to use my Fenty Matchstick to go ahead and contour. Now I'm going to take my Collab setting powder and I'm just going to use that to set the highlighted areas on my face. Now I'm going to take my Fit Me matte poreless powder in the color 360 and I'm going to just set the rest of my face. Now I'm going to come back up before I do my blush and highlight and I'm going to go ahead and finish my eyes, and I think I'm going to bring some of that fuchsia and orange down on the bottom of my lower lash line. So I'm going to go into this pretty fuchsia color first and I'm going to smoke it out with the orange. Okay, so I went ahead and put a little bit of this Wet n Wild, and it's kind of like a mint green eyeliner, and I placed some of that in my lower waterline. It's not showing up as much as I like, but I think I'll add a little bit more after my mascara dries. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to this Beauty Treats matte blush set, and I'm just going to kind of mix some of these pinks and reds together and use that as my blush today. So today I'm going to use one of my Colourpop highlighters, and this is the color Dewdrop. And for lips today, I think I want to go with a deep dark purple look. So I'm going to do a purple lip liner, and I'm going to go in with this Vivid Matte Liquid Lipstick from Maybelline, which is a really, really dark purple shade. And today I'm going to go ahead and set this look with my Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. So I'm going to try this out today, you guys, and see how I like it. So this is the look that I created, you guys, with this Muse palette from the Makeup Shack. I really, really like this palette. I think that the pigments look very, very nice. I didn't have any issues with blending or creating the look that I came up with today with this gold and green cut crease. I know it's a little bit crazy, but I really wanted to test out quite a few of the shadows in this palette. So I really like it, and I definitely think it's worth the price. I believe I paid like $25 or $27 for this at Planet Beauty, but I know that they do have a website that you can order it on, and I think on the website it was on sale. I'm not sure if it's still on sale, but I believe it was on sale on the website. So hopefully you like this look I created, you guys. If you like it, please hit like. If you're not already a part of the KK family, go ahead and subscribe and join the crew, and I will see you on my next video. Toodles!